can be hard finding the right job in construction, especially an entry role position. For those of you looking to get into the construction management side of the industry, I'm going to be talking about some of the resources I would suggest using to get your career started in this video. So let's go. So I want to preface this by talking about my experience when I first started out in the industry as a new graduate. I had no family connections within the industry. I graduated with a 4-year degree in construction management, but the construction industry was still recovering from the 2008 recession, meaning I was working through an uphill battle against other applicants with years and years of experience that I didn't have. I applied to approximately 500 jobs across the entire US over the course of a couple months. I had 3 opportunities to interview. I received 2 offers and I accepted one of those offers. It was tough to say the least, but I stuck with it. I treated my job search as I would a typical job, waking up daily, spending about 8 to 10 hours a day filling out applications. So here are some of the main things I've learned over the years that you can consider to help your chances in landing a job. All right, the first thing to consider is location, which is pretty straightforward, but it's probably the most important one. Do you live in an area that is experiencing economic growth and expansion? An area that is growing needs more buildings, which means more construction, which means more job opportunities. You'll find more career stability in larger metropolitan areas than rural areas. This may be tough for people who are deeply rooted to where they grew up, but those same areas might not provide enough opportunities, which is why you might need to consider relocation. This is, of course, a lot easier said than done, but this is something that I did in my career and did help my career overall. The second thing to consider is mainly applicable if you are attending some sort of college or secondary education. Utilize your resources at school. Talk to counselors within your program to see if they have connections within the industry that can help you with either internships or permanent job placement upon graduation. This is something you should even ask before committing to a school, as it's only going to help your odds of landing that job in the future. In addition, go to the career fairs. Construction companies will go to schools looking for entry-level employees to fill upcoming jobs, and this is a great opportunity to get your foot in the door. Next, if you live in the United States at least, look up the top E&R contractor list and research if those companies have a presence in your area. These are some of the largest companies by revenue, meaning they run a lot of the projects across the US and they need a lot of employees. Now, these companies may have their main office located in one state on their website, but do a little further research because a lot of these companies have satellite offices throughout the entire country, which could be across multiple states, and that means jobs across multiple states. So go onto their company websites and they'll typically filter these job openings by location and position. You'll oftentimes have to apply directly on their website, but their jobs may be cross-posted to other hiring websites as well. Now, the simplest thing you can do is to just be active on websites such as Indeed or LinkedIn. This is where you're going to likely see the most postings, but probably have a harder time getting interviews because this is where most of your competition is looking as well. I would suggest this just so you're aware of what companies that are hiring and just be in front of those opportunities as they present themselves. Also, networking is very important, but it's hard for me to suggest networking if you're brand new to the industry. You simply don't have those connections built yet. However, if you've been working in the industry for a period of time, it's important to maintain your network and those relationships within the industry. It's a big industry, but it's a small world in construction, so you never know when that might help you in the future. And the last thing to consider is using a recruiter. Now, if you're going to use a recruiter, find a recruiter that specifically deals with and hires within the construction industry, not just a general recruiting company. These recruiters will better understand your resume, help you with placement, and provide better opportunities since they have direct connections to construction companies. All right, so I know the process of finding a new job can be tedious and sometimes discouraging if you're struggling to find opportunities. So hopefully some of the tips in this video will improve your chances to land a job. If I missed any good suggestions, please drop them in the comment section below. It may help somebody else that needs it. I hope you found this video helpful. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. And as always, be better, build better, and bye for now.